Well, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. We have a lot going on here on the farm that we wanted to update you all on. You can see behind me that the hay is continuing to burn. Here we are, almost 5 days. Tonight will be five days from when the fire actually started, and the material has actually come down quite a bit. But we're going to run through just a few things here that will hopefully show you kind of where we're at. As far as the cleanup process goes, and then also some of the really awesome things that have been going on here, what people have been doing for our family. So this should give you a much better view of kind of how the hay has been burning down. This east side of this big hay shed still has the most hay still to burn, and that's really just because we put so much water on that to try to protect this corn silage that we're standing on right here. The firefighters did an amazing job of keeping this thing clear, and the aftermath of that is it's just going to take longer to dry down and be able to burn down. We've been able to move the material around a little bit just to help stir it and keep things moving, and really it's made an incredible amount of progress here in the last couple of hours, in the last few days. But it does still have quite a ways to go. But that's just kind of part of the process right now with any kind of hay fire like this. Okay, so one of the most incredible things that people did for us from the very jump was volunteer after the firefighters left to kind of watch the fire and protect this corn silage here beside us. As you can see, there's a lot of heat damage that came on this. You know, this pile is about 10 or 15 feet from this hay shed. A lot of this plastic is melted off, and believe it or not, this stuff can burn and burn very fast. And as this 18-foot haystack kept burning down, it kept sliding towards this corn silage, and with a lot of heat still kind of persisting there, which made it so that somebody had to be here at all times to watch this with the hose to make sure that it stayed wetted down, that we protected this. So another cool thing that's happened for us has been 2 local businesses that have donated some equipment for us to rent for a time. And what that's allowed us to do is to start to do some cleanup. We're really anxious to get all of this out of here. We're tired of looking at it. We're tired of the reminder of what was once here and what we've lost. However, we can't remove anything from the site until the insurance companies are done with their work. But what we can do is remove some of the steel from on top of the hay. So you see here behind me, we were able to move a lot of this steel from off of the hay and move it over here, which has allowed that hay burning to really accelerate quite a bit. Currently, right now, I'm helping out with with the dairy's manure hauling. You see that we've got a good amount of manure back here that we were kind of out of capacity, that needed to be taken care of, and we just had not had time to get around to it yet. And so one of our good neighbors, he just jumped on the opportunity, showed up this morning with a loader tractor here, and two of his employees, and their manure spreaders. You can probably see them back in the fields. There's one that's just pulling in, whoop, over here, and then one that's dropping a load in the field as well. So, all right, guys, and then some of the most incredible stuff that's happened to us is actually back here in our backyard. This is really the only area that we have that wasn't burned, that is still kind of open. And some of the really cool things that happened include this gravel here that I'm standing on. All of this right here was just a mud pit. After that fire, it was just bare dirt that's sandy, that's usually pretty dry. But after all that water came in from the firefighters, this place was a mud hole, and this is our only place that we had to store any feed, to get trucks in and out of here. And so on Sunday afternoon, just not even 24 hours after the fire, we had some local farmers get together at our local gravel pit, and they hauled in, I think, almost 20 loads of gravel to fill this area up. This is raised up almost 12 to 18 inches from where it was before, which has made it incredibly nice and safe for us to get trucks in and out of, and to get our hay stored. And that's really where the miracles kind of reach an apex. If you look here, almost all of this hay was not here last week. We had some hay, you can see the hay that has the tarps on it, that stuff was here before. That's from stuff that we grew this year. And we just had it stored outside here, and that's all that was left of all of our hay this year. Through some incredible generosity of friends and neighbors, even some people that we've never even met yet. All of this hay has been brought in at no cost to our family. And I still can't even believe and can't really even explain the feeling of having no feed for our animals and seeing trucks lining up, coming in with feed. And when we try to pay people for it, they won't take our money, they won't accept anything for it. Semi-loads, even smaller amounts, it all adds up to something incredibly significant on an incredibly tight year for hay. It's very difficult right now even to find hay to buy, and people are parting ways with this incredibly valuable asset here. And just to give you a perspective, just one of these bales here is about $250 right now. So it's an incredible amount of generosity from people around us. And the last thing, guys, there are too many people that have helped us that we could even thank right now. As I mentioned in the first video, this has been the most tragic thing that has ever happened to our family. Emotionally, financially, just stress-wise, nothing remotely compares to what has happened here. We're just like everyone else. We have bills to pay. We have ongoing businesses and things that are happening here, and it's scary, honestly, to try to think about how are we going to make ends meet next month, next year, and continue to operate as a farm as we've done for decades. To say this has taken the wind out of our sails would be an understatement. We have a lot still to do, but because of the generosity of the people that have participated in the cleanup efforts in the days since, it's made all the difference. We've been in shock, honestly, that there was even a GoFundMe set up, and to see that it's got to the dollar amount that it has, for me, it means the world to know that my parents are to some extent will be taken care of. That gives them so much peace of mind that they can that they'll know that they have money that they can pay their bills and continue to operate. We still don't know where the insurance is going to end up at. We don't know how much we're going to need in the end to rebuild or to continue to operate here, and what we need to do. But that generosity is unbelievable for us, and for each one of you who has donated your time, your food, your just dropping by or calling just to visit. It means everything. Thank you all for everything that you're doing. We are so excited and optimistic still about the future. We know that what we're going to be able to build back with here is going to be incredible. We cannot wait to get this cleaned up and to get to work on the next chapter of this farm, and we're excited to bring you all along for the ride as well.